over there, yeah. We're going to start in about a minute as soon as everybody is seated. So about one more minute, and we ask everybody to find their seats, please. I'm ready. Quiet. Okay, everyone, we're going to start. We're going to start. We're going to start. We're going to start. I'd like to start. Quiet. Okay, everyone. Good evening. Evening. All right. I'm Stu Edelstein, Associate Vice Chancellor for the University System of Maryland and the Executive Director of the Universities at Shady Grove. At this time, I would like to invite everyone to please stand for our national anthem, which will be performed by Kimberly Dam from the University of Maryland, Baltimore School of Nursing at USG.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof
you. Thank you. Please be seated. Whoa, what a great way to start. Thank you, Kimberly, for a wonderful, powerful rendition of our national anthem. Distinguished guests, family members, friends, alumni, faculty and staff, representatives from our partner universities, those of you tuning in on our YouTube live stream, and most importantly, graduating students. Welcome to our annual celebration honoring graduates from the fall class of 2018 and the spring class of 2019. USG has truly come of age this year. Today, we are proudly celebrating the 18th graduating class. USG, in collaboration with our 9 partner universities and our educational partners in Montgomery County, Montgomery College, and Montgomery County Public Schools, has, in a relatively short period of time, established itself as a unique model for accessible, affordable, and high-quality higher education. USG's pioneering partnership-driven approach has provided students like you with the opportunity to achieve their academic goals, build careers, and make a difference in the world. Many of our graduates are the first in their families to go to college and are working while going to school. USG provides them with the skills and services they need to be successful. For us, it is all about doing all we can to ensure student success, your success as graduates. Over 1,000 students are receiving degrees this year from our partner universities at USG. Over the past 2 decades, the overall total number of degrees that have been awarded to students who have attended programs offered at USG, undergraduate, graduate, professional combined, totals more than 12,000 degrees. 12,000, go for it. This number will continue to rise in future years as we are currently in the midst of a campus expansion. This fall, we will open our 4th education building, a spectacular new biomedical sciences and engineering building that is enabling us to bring in additional science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and medical programs. We're excited about all that the new building will have to offer. We are very excited about the opportunities it will offer to students. As I noted, USG offers degrees from 9 Maryland public universities, including 8 that are awarding undergraduate degrees for the graduates we are honoring tonight. Those universities with graduating students are Salisbury University, Towson University, all right, University of Baltimore, yay, University of Maryland, Baltimore, UMBC, yay, University of Maryland, College Park, University of Maryland, Eastern Shore, yay! And University of Maryland, University College, yay! To our graduates, these outstanding Maryland universities will proudly honor your accomplishments, award you with their diplomas, and welcome you as their alumni. We want you to know that every one of you has been an integral part of the diverse and vibrant campus community that is USG. I hope you will always take pride in having been a student at USG. I hope that you will stay in touch with us and know that we will always be a part of the USG community. At this time, I would like to ask all of the graduating students who are here this evening to please stand so we may recognize you with a thunderous round of applause. Congratulations. Thank you, thank you. We are all so proud of you. Graduates, you are here today because of support you received from many people along the way. Some of those people are here with you this evening. I would like to thank the family members and loved ones who have joined us. Your love, support, and encouragement is immeasurable. We share your joy and pride in the accomplishments of these remarkable graduates. Family members and loved ones, please stand so we recognize and thank you. Family members, please stand. Thank you. I want to recognize all of the dedicated current and former members of our USG Board of Advisors who are in attendance. These individuals provide guidance and leadership to USG. And with their strong support, we continue to grow and develop new educational opportunities to best serve students and our community. It is an honor and a privilege for me to be able to work with all of you. Board members, current and former, thank you, and would you all please stand so we recognize and thank you. Board members. I would also like to take a moment to welcome and express our gratitude to some special guests who have joined us this evening. I would like to recognize the Honorable Nancy Navarro, President of the Montgomery County Council. The Honorable Ike Leggett, former County Executive of Montgomery County and now a Regent of the University of Maryland System. My boss. The Honorable Lily Chi, representing District 15 in the Maryland General Assembly. Thank you. And the First Lady of USG, Mrs. Camille Kendall. And her son, Kurt Kendall. Thank you for being here. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce our student speaker, Shufa Misana. Shufa will be graduating this month with a Bachelor of Science degree from the University of Maryland College Park's Public Health Science program. She has been active in so many ways at USG, including having served on the USG Student Council, Vice President for Students Engaged in Public Health, Treasurer for the Care Package Club, and recently she displayed her lip-syncing talents in USG's Got Talent show. Please welcome to the podium Shufa Misana.
Good evening, students, faculty, staff, family members, and esteemed guests. My name is Shufa Misana, and I'm a proud graduating senior from the School of Public Health at the University of Maryland College Park. I cannot believe I'm about to say this, but I'm excited to be walking across the stage in about 2 weeks. I will share my personal and educational journey here at the universities at Shady Grove. When I first transferred to USG, I did not know what to expect coming from a community college, but I was so excited about the opportunities and journey ahead. I met most of my cohort at orientation. We instantly connected and built a bond. I started my first week of school and things were off to a great start, but I soon got news that would change everything. The school charged me as an international student, and my account balance was roughly around $16,000 for the semester. My heart sank because I immediately knew that my family could not afford this and it could force me to stop coming to school. A little background about my family. I am one of 5 daughters, and I am the middle child. Our parents brought us to America because my dad worked for the Tanzanian embassy in DC. Around the time that I was transferring schools, my dad's contract ended at the embassy. He had to go back to Tanzania and work for the government back home while we stayed here and continued our educational careers. We were here on a diplomatic visa. However, since my dad was leaving, it would soon expire and we had to find a different status. This is why the school charged me as an international student. I was overwhelmed and discouraged. It was discouraging that I did everything right from Montgomery College. I got into my program and my school, but now I was seeing my dreams slip away from me. I was not going to give my mother, who was figuring out how to be a single parent, the burden of paying that much money. I had to drop 3 of my classes, but the fee was still too high, roughly at $10,000. The night I dropped my classes, I had tears coming down my face because I knew that this meant that I would not only be behind, but I'd still be in the financial hole that I found myself in. I dreaded coming back to school and explaining to everyone why I suddenly had to drop my classes because I knew the story was too long and complicated to understand. After having to drop most of my classes, I did not know what to do, so I reached out to my then program director, Jessica O'Hara, who is here this evening. She listened to my situation and told me she will do whatever it took for me to not only remain a student, but to be able to pay in-state tuition. She told me she knew an amazing person who was very resourceful and could help me figure out my situation. She copied me on an email that she sent to Miss Gloria Kalotra, who is also here this evening. And that is when my journey at USG truly began. I was in awe that my professor, who barely knew me at that point, was willing to fight for me and do whatever it took for me to remain her student. I then realized how lucky I was to be on such a campus where faculty and staff can have so much compassion. The next week, Gloria sent me an email saying to come see her ASAP so that we could get started on fixing my situation. From the moment I met her, seeing her smile and warmth, I knew I was going to be okay. Gloria spent weeks with me, calling main campus, getting different forms to sign, telling me to go take them to College Park, and getting whatever else I needed to be able to qualify for in-state tuition. After doing what Gloria advised me to do, I finally was able to get approved for in-state tuition. I will never forget the moment when she called me to tell me that I got it. I didn't waste any time. I took summer and winter classes to make sure I caught up with my graduating class. I also made frequent appointments with my very helpful program coordinator, Emily Nelson, to see what else I needed to be doing in order to be all caught up. It was not easy, but I knew what I wanted, and I told myself that I could achieve it. USG has provided me with so many opportunities. Last summer, I was able to do an internship with the Montgomery County Department of Health and Human Services here at this campus. That internship taught me about many services I was not aware of in our county, and it gave me an opportunity to network with professionals in my field. I have gotten a few USG scholarships that aided me tremendously in my academic career and made it possible for me to be here today. I also joined the Student Council and served my term as an at-large institutional representative. The Student Council is where I spent most of my time here at USG. I'm so glad it worked out this way. I joined the Student Council because I wanted to be a part of the solution for other students, because I knew how it was to be on the other side. I wanted to be an advocate for other students and make my time here worth it. Through the Student Council, I have gotten to enhance my leadership skills, communication, and interdisciplinary teamwork. I met amazing people and made lifetime friendships. We got to meet and advocate for students, attend many events, USG Advocacy Day in Annapolis, the talent show, International Night, and ate a lot of free food. We also had the most down-to-earth advisor, Iris Showerman, who is here. Who I am sure does more than what her job description says to do, as you heard. Besides the official student council stuff, Iris has helped me with so many of my personal problems. She has made her office one of the safest places on campus, and for that, I want to say thank you so much, Iris. I love you too. I want to recognize my Events and Initiatives Committee, led by my wonderful friend since elementary school, Juanita Benavides. We spent so many of our Saturdays together planning fun events and not so fun fundraisers to host on campus. I can't recognize everyone on the council because they're all amazing. They're right here. But of course, I have to shout out Jonelle Malone for not only being a great friend, but a great leader to all of us. Besides the support from the Student Council, I have very important friendships here at USG that I hold close to my heart. I cannot mention all my wonderful friends in this room, but it would be an injustice if I did not personally thank my friends turned family who were there for me every step of the way, prayed for me, and always gave me hope. Tashi, Saqib, and Maham. You all might not know this, but the prayers in the group chat gave me so much comfort and motivation to keep going that I always reread those messages when I felt the world was crashing on me. I want to thank my sisters who are sitting right here in the front for being so supportive and helpful throughout my journey. Thank you all for hugging me, praying for me, and always encouraging me. Last but definitely not least, I want to take this moment to especially thank my parents who held my hands throughout my whole journey. My very selfless mother, who's sitting right here in the front, has gone above and beyond to make sure I finished strong. She pushed me to take all the necessary classes and never made me see that money was ever an issue, even when it was. My mom has sacrificed everything, from pausing her educational journey, giving up hours of sleep, using her money on everyone but herself, and even being willing to be separated from her husband so that her children could have a better future. My mother is a woman and a half. She's my lifelong inspiration. I love you, Mom, and happy Mother's Day. My father is my biggest motivator, and no matter the distance, he has managed to be very involved with my education. My dad has always supported me in doing whatever I wanted as long as I worked hard for it. He is one of the most determined people that serve as an example to me daily. He is streaming my speech right now live in Tanzania. I am honored to have these beautiful individuals as my parents. As I close, I want to remind everyone that success is a journey, not a destination. We tend to only be proud of what we achieve, but we need to be even more proud of how we achieve it. I am thankful to have gotten the chance to be a part of such a close-knit yet very inclusive community here at USG. For the friendships that I've made, I know we will always be in each other's lives because we started together and we will finish together. I am so proud to all of you, and I do not doubt that this graduating class will move on to impressive and exciting ventures in the future. Congratulations to the class of 2019. Take in this moment because you did that, period. As the late Nipsey Hussle, RIP, said, We are not the cause, we are the effect. Thank you. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Whew. Thank you, Shufa, for sharing your story with us. Incredible journey, persistence, a lot of talent, and a great future. Thank you. Now for the introduction of our keynote speaker. It's my pleasure to invite to the stage an incredible student and soon-to-be Towson University graduate from the Elementary and Special Education Program, Juanita Benavides Alcala.
Good evening, everyone. Can everyone hear me okay? Okay. My name is Juanita Benavides Alcala. I'm soon to be a first-generation graduate of Towson University, receiving my bachelor's degree in elementary education and special education. To share a little bit about myself, my parents, who are here this evening, didn't go to school. But like any Mexican household, going to school and making your bed were the biggest things they pushed for. Growing up, I knew I always wanted to be a teacher. With the help of friends like the ones I brought this tonight and my family, I pursued my goal, and I can finally say I made it. Beginning August 2019, I will proudly be teaching 3rd grade at Seminole Elementary School here in Montgomery County. My time here at USG has been amazing. I like to think I'm the face of USG. I feel like my face and name are everywhere, and I did like it at first, but I'm sure some people are tired of seeing me. But this is my second home. I do a lot here because I want to see my USG family grow and be acknowledged for how truly outstanding it is. I just want to quickly thank all the faculty and staff, especially the ones at the Center for Student Engagement and Financial Resources, for making these past 2 years the best adventure of my life. I have the privilege of introducing our keynote speaker this evening. She is someone who I see myself in and aspire to be like one day. Chill out, guys. She's a strong, powerful Latina, which I would say I am too. She's not afraid to make some big moves or reason with people, which is also like me. She has worked in education, both in the classroom and on the political level, like I want to do. I would love to say I'm her mini-me and hope I can be as amazing as her one day. She is a former member of the Montgomery County Board of Education, and before that was a co-founder of a community-based organization that assisted in the economic and educational development of Latino and other immigrant communities. Her number one commitment has always been to education here in Montgomery County, as evident in her leadership this year as the council is finalizing their budget, increasing funding in public school systems and Montgomery College. Please join me in welcoming the president of the Montgomery County Council, Ms. Nancy Navarro.
And we're wearing pretty much the same colors, so I don't know. There's something going on here already. I can tell. And before I start, I just really want to congratulate Mrs. Misana, as well as the Benavides Alcala family. You have obviously raised extraordinary daughters, and I was trying really hard not to start crying profusely, but that was a beautiful, beautiful, testament and the way you honor your parents' sacrifice. This is such an extraordinary story, but it's not unique here, especially in Montgomery County. So I honor you in what you have been able to achieve here. So first, let me ask all of you to give a round of applause to Juanita Benavides Alcalá. I feel particularly honored to be here with you, Juanita, and everybody else. Congratulations on graduating from Towson University with a bachelor's degree in elementary education, special education. And she just mentioned that she has been offered a full-time teaching job next year at Salmon Hall Elementary School in Gaithersburg, which is amazingly wonderful because we're trying so hard to diversify our teaching, diversify the teaching staff at Montgomery County Public Schools, so she is definitely going to help us with that. I do also want to brag that Juanita is a distinguished product of Montgomery County Public Schools, a proud graduate of Gaithersburg High School. She also received the Clifford and Camille Kendall Endowed Scholarship, which is full tuition paid for 2 years at Montgomery College and 2 years at USG. Amazing. And you know, triumphant narratives like these really do fuel my passion for education and equity. So congratulations again, and really thank you for that warm welcome. I also want us now to give a hearty round of applause again to all the graduates and their families. Yes, I am particularly excited to be part of this awesome celebration. As I look around the room, I can feel the energy, and I can relate myself and be part of it because tomorrow, my youngest daughter, Isabel, graduates from Howard University. Yeah. HU? All right. Our family will be there celebrating her achievement, and my husband and I will be giving ourselves high fives because this last one is about to be off our payroll. Thank God. I want to salute the pioneering leadership of Dr. Stuart Edelstein, who started work at USG in 2002 as executive director. Under Stu's leadership, USG has expanded its number of participating universities, as well as the breadth and depth of its undergraduate and graduate degree programs. And enrollment has also grown exponentially. The success of USG is really tied to Stu's willingness to collaborate with Montgomery College and Montgomery County Public Schools to craft instructional programs and initiatives that meet our workforce needs of today and the future. Thank you, Stu, and I want to thank also the leadership of USG for their extraordinary innovation and their amazing vision. Yes. The Board of Advisors, the Academic Programs Advisory Committee, and the Shady Grove Governing Council of this great institution have done amazing work, and we see it here reflected. When I think of the universities at Shady Grove, I think of the word innovation and how a robust vision can meet the diverse needs of changed communities. USG is as innovative as you can get. Basically, 9 of Maryland's finest public universities meet here where the students are, to provide the same high-quality education that they offer in their respective campuses. It appends the traditional paradigm that you must go to them. Instead, they come to you. It addresses the equity issue that we are currently discussing here in Montgomery County and prepares our workforce for the jobs that are appropriate for these times and beyond. Before coming here, I did a little bit of research on USG students. On average, undergraduate students are in their late 20s and more diverse racially and ethnically than most colleges in America. Also, about half are the first in their families to attend college, and most come from families with incomes much lower than Montgomery County's median household income. Over 700 of you are graduating this year, and this is a very diverse graduating class. 27% are Hispanic Latinos, 17% are Black, African American, 31% white, 11% Asian. In other words, you are the face of today's Montgomery County. And I hope that you stay here after graduation like Juanita and spend a lot of money because we need the revenue. You know, today we are here to celebrate the acquisition of a dream rooted in the vision, tenacity, and faith of parents, grandparents, uncles, cousins, neighbors from near and faraway places. Places nestled in Central America, South America, the Caribbean, West, East, North, or South Africa, Southeast Asia, the Middle East, Europe, and the United States. Somehow, we all converge here in this room, in this region, in this country, to witness the beginning of your own journey towards your personal dream. You are the protagonist of a new era. The face of the United States has changed, and it's you. It is imperative that you own your potential and that you own your power so you can make a positive difference for this country of ours and for the world. Each of us has a story, and today you are taking an important step in the development of your own spectacular narrative. Let me tell you a little bit about my narrative. Once upon a time, in 1974 to be exact, in a place called Judivana, Estado Falcón, Venezuela, a father casually asked his 9-year-old daughter if she wanted to come to the United States with a family for 2 years. He would be a student in the Department of Petroleum Engineering at the University of Missouri-Rolla, and that little girl would have the chance to fulfill the dream, learning English. That little girl was me, and I wanted nothing more in the world than to learn English. That desire came from my time spent in the town square, La Plaza, listening to the children and their parents who worked for the oil industry speak this intriguing language. I would play dolls and pretend I spoke English too. I would sit there and go, washi washi, hello, bye-bye, ice cream, stop, stop. That was the extent of my English proficiency. So I was elated to make the move, even if it meant moving from a spacious home to a 2-bedroom student apartment, from a peninsula surrounded by the Caribbean Ocean with 365 days of glorious sun, to a place where people would often say, if you don't like the weather, just wait 5 minutes and it'll change. Blizzards, tornadoes, scorching heat, all at once. It meant leaving my aunts, uncles, cousins, and my beloved abuelita to be in a place full of complete strangers who spoke that wishy-washy language. I just took it all in. I learned English in 6 months. I became a champion at tetherball. If you don't know that, you can Google it and find out, because I know you guys may be too young for that. And kickball during recess. I painted a mural in our school for the U.S. Bicentennial Celebration in 1976 and was featured in the local newspaper, which was really cool. I became spelling bee champion in 6th grade and eventually stopped getting dizzy at the local supermarket aisle with dozens and dozens of breakfast cereal choices that I still couldn't totally take in. But then when 1977 rolled around, I made an announcement to my parents. I want to stay in the United States so I can go to college when I grow up, and my friend Michelle says I can stay with her family. My parents tried not to laugh really hard, and instead they told me some story about it was, against the law for a 12-year-old kid to stay in another country by herself, but when I graduated, high school in Venezuela, I could come back, blah, blah, blah. Maybe they thought I would forget, but I didn't forget. And in January 1983, I arrived at the University of Missouri-Columbia as a 17-year-old. I knew one person, Michelle, my friend, and I had a great college experience, although a lot of the stories about paying, out-of-state tuition as an international student ring true even to this day. You reminded me of a lot of those years. But I did meet students from all around the world and took my first step into political activism by joining other students in demanding that our university divest from South Africa and calling for the end of apartheid. I graduated in 1987 and worked for 2 years, and as I was preparing to move back to Venezuela, I came to the DC area for a short stay. But during that short stay, I met my husband, and we have been married now for 27 years. We have 2 amazing daughters, Anais, she's 26, and Isabel, 22, that's graduating tomorrow. And we definitely started from the bottom, but now we're here. And I wanted to update that reference, but my 26-year-old wasn't able to give me some other cool references, but I'll make sure she updates, because I was like, that's kind of old, isn't it? She's like, well, I think we can still relate. Anyway, my husband built his small business from the ground up, and now he employs more than 125 people. And in 2009, I became the first Latina and immigrant member of the Montgomery County Council, representing District 4, and elected twice as president, thus making history. Thank you. I wanted to share a snapshot of my journey with you because oftentimes we may have a sense of what we want to be, where we're going, or which turn to make, but somehow life may have other plans for you. So you must always be prepared for whatever comes your way. And I'll pause there just to say that County Executive Leggett, who has been a mentor to me, once said that. He said, it's better to be prepared for what may come, and if you have to turn it down, that's quite all right, but you're ready for it, so I have to give him a shout out. But this is especially true today, that you have to be ready for whatever comes your way. We live in a time of rapid transition, and you are defining this shift. Think about it. Your class started kindergarten probably around, between the years of 1980, 1998, 1999, a pivotal marker for humanity. But since then, the world has changed so much, it's almost unrecognizable. In 1998, same-sex domestic partnerships were only recognized in 2 states, plus the District of Columbia. But in 2015, the Supreme Court ruled that marriage is legal and fundamental right for every American, regardless of sexual orientation. In 2000, 30% of the 360 million global internet users were in North America. But in 2018, only 9% of the 4.1 billion global internet users reside in North America. In 2000, Barack Obama ran unsuccessfully for the U.S. House of Representatives. He has since served 2 terms as America's first African-American president. Yes. Between 1999 and 2018, the Latino population in the United States grew by 85.8%. There are now more than 58.9 million Latinos in the United States. In 2015, science fiction became reality with the release of the Apple Watch, the first truly wearable computer. And Facebook was created in 2004. I know many of you left Facebook, but now you think you're on Instagram, is still owned by Facebook. When many of you were still in elementary school, and it was visited by around 1 million unique users per month, but today that number is over 2.32 billion users and visitors. And Facebook is also providing internet access in the development world. So, looking ahead, we are at the cusp of some amazing changes, right? Such as the continued expansion of mobile internet across the globe, social media platforms, the redefinition of print media, news consumption, marketing, branding. For example, Twitter is expected to grow to 275 million unique users by 2020. That's amazing. The rise of robots and automation of everything like driverless cars, drones, manufacturing, skill knowledge jobs, telemedicine, 3D printing. If you can design it or find the design on the internet, you can print it out from basic tools to medical equipment. 3D printing is becoming an increasingly common way to manufacture needed items. Online education, especially hybrid classroom online models, can continue to revolutionize the acquisition of education worldwide as knowledge becomes increasingly accessible to millions around the world. And on and on and on. Gene sequencing and personalized medicine. As you know, the human genome was first sequenced here in Montgomery County. And the procedure gets cheaper and cheaper all the time. I believe now 23andMe, a gene sequencing service, costs only $99. It's amazing. But despite all of these great achievements and how long we have come, sometimes it feels as though we are in the midst of a false narrative. That because of the digital world and how interconnected we are, it is easy to get amplified and gain momentum and perhaps erode what makes us human. I submit to you that in these changing times, the most valuable asset we need to protect is our shared empathy. This is one sure way of finding our center and our truth. There are 6 lessons that I have learned along the way which have helped me focus and refocus during my personal journey. And I'd like to share those 6 lessons with you. Number 1, each of you is a collection of greatness. You have all that is necessary to achieve and succeed. Be impeccable with your thoughts and your words. Stay away from negativity. Surround yourself with positive people and positive habits. Be very specific, this is number 2, in the drafting of your dreams. Put it out to the universe. You'll be surprised how quickly the universe responds to you. Number 3, be patient and be strategic. Plans are the opposite of instant gratification. You must build stepping stones. You must think through your decisions because every decision is a step towards or away from your destination. before, there are no shortcuts. Everything of value takes effort. You will doubt yourself, you will be scared. In those moments, remember that you have what it takes to overcome, to perform, to achieve. Ask your soul to help you, and you will be amazed. No matter what, work your plan, bring it to life. Number 5, always pray for wisdom and humility. Learn from those who have been there and done that, like your elders. Once you have achieved greatness, be humble. And I know that's a Kendrick Lamar other reference, but whatever. There is no one better or less than you. Number 6, give back. Share your greatness. Be generous over and over. You will be rewarded so many times over. So, be sure to proudly own your narrative and facilitate that of others. With that, I just want to say congratulations, graduates. May God bless you and bless your family. Que Dios los bendiga a todos. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Thank you, Nancy, for your inspiration. Thank you especially for your strong support for education in Montgomery County, your commitment and leadership to providing opportunities to ensure that all in our community will have an opportunity to succeed and to thrive. Thank you so much. Before we continue with our program, I would like to acknowledge and thank those of you who are tuned in on our YouTube live stream. At this time, we will be signing off from the live stream. Thank you for watching.